Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. As always, drop your tickers and questions in chat, and we'll get as much done as we can. Grtx dropped an early morning PR. Big move in pre. Big gap to fill. These are those charts, normally not one of what I would call, what's the word I'm looking for? Standard, I guess that's the word, that word will do. Not one of necessarily our standard patterns we look at, but remember this huge gap down, what that does, that traps the true believers, okay? The true believers that have held GRTX, they hold through that gap down. They of course, they don't sell. We know bag holders won't sell. Now the smart thing to do, okay, here's your 1% better. If you ever, which hopefully if you've listened to me for the last 2 years, you don't do this. If you ever long-term hold a sketchy biotech, which again, I don't know why, of all the poor decisions, drugs, alcohol, cigarettes, risky behavior, out of all of those bad decisions, I don't know why you would ever invest in a sketchy biotech. But if you do, and you get stuck in a gap down, just sell and move on, okay? Give up, learn from the lesson, okay? So that being said, we know people still believe in sketchy biotechs for some reason. But the point is, they're true hope springs eternal. They think they're going to get back to break even. They think it's going to fill the gap. That creates a trading opportunity. Now, the point is, pay attention to what I just said. I know sometimes people have selective hearing. I am not, by no means, am I saying this is going back to 8, okay? That's the bag holders. That's the true believers that think that. But the point is, they're adding, there's a press release, there's a trade, okay? Point is, maybe this dips and rips at 380 and goes to 5 or something, okay? So it is a cancer PR, and it is a top dip and rip. Top dip and rip with a bag holder gap to fill chart. And 36. And Christopher asked about AXXA. What am I going to say? Number one, beautiful chart yesterday. And we'll discuss, okay? The biggest reason I'm going to discuss AXXA is OTCs are coming back. So OTCs are warming up. I can feel the heat. OTCs are warming up. And as always, I can't give you a read on an illiquid OTC in pre. But if you're looking for the next AXXA, this is what you want to see. Look at this volume. Look at that volume. Multi-month breakout and closes at the high of the day. So if you took AXXA, well done. This is exactly what you wanted to see yesterday. Now, what am I going to say? If you get the gap, sell the gap. Look, if you took it yesterday afternoon and you get a gap, sell the gap. We all know what happens to OTCs. The chickens eventually come home to roost. If you're not in it, your morning play, morning panic dip buy, or if you're not in it and there isn't a panic, you're going to look for the same chart pattern this afternoon that it did yesterday. So it's always the same answer. And when I talk about it's always the same answer, I tell you that's what I think I get misunderstood in that, like, I'm bashing OTCs. I'm not listen. I think I get interpreted that way. Oh, Tim hates OTC. No. You're looking at it through the lens of an 8:30 live stream, okay? So when I'm like, hey, it's always the same 3, It's not that I am bashing these by any stretch. It's just, what's it traded? 22,000 shares at 6 cents. What is that, like $4,000 in stock? So that's my point. And I hope OTCs come raging back. And I hope AXXA gaps and goes and closes at 10 cents. I just can't give you any more than that when we're talking about $4,000 worth of stock trading. Am I right? I'm too dumb. Now it's bugging me. 22,000 shares. Whoops. Times 0.06. $1,300. Okay. $1,300 worth of stock traded. I can't give you a read off that. So, BFRI. How's she looking this morning? Woo! Yeah, week open red to green or a break of last night's highs. BFRI not dead yet. Week open red to green or a break. I'm just going to do WRG. Or a break of last night's highs. Back in squeeze mode post offering. Pfizer, how's it? I don't know. It's Pfizer, Moderna. It's like, I don't know. I feel like the ship has sailed. There's these things, and we talked about this a lot in the Steady Trade team webinar last night. Check out the Steady Trade team. I'm not gonna spend much time on it because I spent like 20 minutes talking about it last night with the Steady Trade team. These vaccine plays, it's like the ship has sailed. Hey, they were awesome for months. Now, good news, bad news, good news, bad news. I don't know how you get a read. I don't know. Do what you want with Pfizer. They're just annoying to me because like every 2 hours the news changes. So, STRN breakout. Twitter pump, remember, STRN is a Twitter pump. Okay? Remember, it's the neck tattoos and the cocaine bros pumping STRN. Just know that. That being said, 100% break of 650. So don't overstay. Okay? STRM Twitter pump runs through 650, but know what you own. Just either don't touch it or understand it's a Twitter pump. That's all it is. Okay? It's just CEI, it's just DATS, it's just Wish. Okay? Doesn't mean there's not trading opportunities. Just know what it is. Okay? What about SGMA as a red to green? Woo! What's the number one pattern right now? Anything look familiar? So the day 3 surge, okay? This is we've been seeing this over and over and over again. I would probably key off of that Oracle level of 1478 or even possibly round to 15. So where's my stylus? There it is. So 3-day surge, big gain, sideways chop. Then I would key off of that 1478 or even round to the whole dollar, half dollar of 15. So I think you get a push through 15 on SGMA. You got a very, very good setup. As always, nothing is guaranteed. You have to have a stop. It is another sketchy biotech, okay? But just know what it is. EFOI dropped an offering. Good, probably squeezes. Let me take a look. EFOI. Good, beautiful. Week open red to green. I mean, here's the thing. So what's great about this, what's great about EFOI is, to me, it's a no touch. You don't go anywhere near this. You set an alert at 470, which I'm going to do right now. And if it never hits 470, don't try and dip buy. You know, none of that business. But if it goes green after the offering, we've seen this repeat and repeat and repeat. Otherwise, let it, just ignore it. Is Ford still a sweat? Yeah, I still like Ford. Ford had some good news this morning. And, you know, I know Ford had a rough day yesterday. But, I mean, every real stock had a rough day yesterday, okay? I mean, listen. Apple had a rough day. You know, Apple's been like, all Apple has done for 6 months is go up 1%. Apple had a rough day. So, I mean, markets were choppy yesterday. Gap down. We closed at the low of the day. Now, you have to stick to your plan, but you also have to recognize when you're trading real stocks, you know, real stocks follow the overall market. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, but you got to understand that the story hasn't changed on Ford. I mean, listen, I ran the swing trade scan last night and like there was like 3 freaking stocks on it, okay? So just understand that. Blue day 3 surge. Yes. Definitely a top watch for me. Woo! So yeah, blue probably over that Oracle level of 850 or even 9. So, and classic hanging around. This is one where I say whole dollar, half dollars all the way up. For me, my big mains are Grtx and blue, and BFRI. So all these recent, basically all these low floaters that have held up. So huge parabolic move on GLBS. Oh, I'm guessing you GLBS. Nah, maybe a typo. Coming. ELO, I got tricked. So ELO says there is a huge parabolic move coming in GLBS. I'm sure there is, ELO. Okay, ELO. I do not doubt there is a parabolic move coming in GLBS. Because this stock has ran 15 times in my 15 years of trading. But it ain't happening today. It ain't happening next week. Now, if you want to wait, if you want to buy a sketchy scam shipping stock at all-time lows, go into your cave for 20 years and pray to the buffalo paintings on the wall that GLBS will run. It will run. It always runs. But it might be 6 months, 9 months, 2 years till it runs. One of the biggest things I will try and beat into your guys' head, you have to, and I will end on this. When you are talking sketchy low float stocks, you cannot anticipate. Okay? Get out your Post-it notes. Get out your Sharpie. You should have all of your tools. And write this down. You cannot anticipate in low-priced, scammy, low-float stocks. You have to react. Because you might wait 15 years for GLBS to run again. And there's no signs. So, do what you want. Okay? You might yell at me and be like, this guy's a jerk. Listen, if you think I'm a jerk, buy GLBS and I'll see you in 3 years when it runs. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Check out my credit. Mrs. Bowen, hit the